Hey everyone! Today, we're talking about one of the most important and yet often overlooked things in our lives, our tap water. It's something we use every day without a second thought. But have you ever stopped to consider what's actually in it? In this video, we'll be diving into the top 5 harmful substances found in tap water and what you can do to protect yourself and your loved ones. So grab a glass of water, sit back, and let's get started. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more informative and engaging content like this. Number 1. Chlorine. The first harmful substance in tap water is chlorine. Chlorine is a common chemical used by water treatment facilities to disinfect the water and kill off any harmful bacteria or viruses. It's an effective way to make sure our tap water is safe to drink. But here's the catch. When chlorine reacts with organic matter in the water, it can create byproducts known as trihalomethanes, THMs, and haloacetic acids, HAAs. These byproducts have been linked to an increased risk of cancer and other serious health problems. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I've been drinking chlorine in my tap water all my life, and I'm perfectly fine. And that may be true for some people. But the problem is that the levels of THMs and HAAs can vary depending on the treatment facility and the source of the water. Some areas may have higher levels of these byproducts, putting those who drink the tap water at a higher risk of health problems. So why should we be aware of this? Well, think about it like this. You wouldn't eat a hamburger every day for the rest of your life without knowing what's in it, right? The same goes for the water you drink. By understanding the potential risks, you can make informed decisions about the water you and your family consume. And if you're concerned about the levels of THMs and HAAs in your tap water, there are simple solutions like using a home filtration system or switching to bottled water. Here are some simple and effective ways to get rid of chlorine in tap water. 1. Invest in a home filtration system. This is one of the most effective ways to remove chlorine from your tap water. You can find a variety of filtration systems, including activated carbon filters, reverse osmosis systems, and whole house filtration systems. 2. Boil it. Boiling water is a simple and straightforward way to remove chlorine. Just bring your tap water to a rolling boil and let it cool before drinking. 3. Use a pitcher with a built-in filter. This is a convenient and affordable option for removing chlorine from your tap water. Simply pour your tap water into the pitcher and let the built-in filter do the work. 4. Let it sit. If you have the time, letting your tap water sit for a few hours in an open container will allow the chlorine to evaporate naturally. 5. Shower filters. Chlorine in shower water can be just as harmful as drinking it. Consider installing a shower filter to remove chlorine from your shower water. In conclusion, while chlorine is a valuable tool in keeping our tap water safe to drink, it's important to be aware of the potential harmful byproducts it can create. By taking the necessary precautions, you can ensure that you and your loved ones are drinking clean, safe water every day. Don't forget to check out the link in the description for more information and resources. It's packed with useful information, and we can't wait for you to dive in. Trust us, you won't regret it. Number 2. Lead. The second harmful substance in tap water is lead. Lead is a toxic metal that can leach into the water supply from lead pipes, fittings, and other sources. Lead exposure can cause a wide range of health problems, including damage to the brain and nervous system, behavior and learning problems, and increased risk of high blood pressure and heart disease. Children and pregnant women are especially vulnerable to lead exposure and its potential health effects. Now you might be thinking, but I thought lead was banned from plumbing materials. And you're correct. In 1986, the US banned the use of lead in new plumbing materials. However, many older homes and buildings still have lead pipes and fittings that can contaminate the water supply. So how can you protect yourself and your family from lead in tap water? The first step is to determine if you have lead pipes or fittings in your home. If you do, you can consider having them replaced with safer materials. Another option is to install a home filtration system that is specifically designed to remove lead from the water. Another way to reduce your exposure to lead in tap water is to let the tap run for a few minutes before using it. This can help to flush out any lead that may have accumulated in the pipes overnight. And if you're particularly concerned about lead exposure, you can switch to using bottled water for drinking and cooking. Lead exposure can have serious health impacts, especially for children and pregnant women. By understanding the potential sources of lead in tap water, taking steps to remove it, and making informed decisions about the water you drink, you can help to protect yourself and your loved ones from this harmful substance. Number 3. Arsenic. Arsenic is a naturally occurring element that can be found in water sources all over the world. It can also enter the water supply through agricultural and industrial runoff. Arsenic is a toxic substance that can cause a range of health problems, including cancer, skin lesions, cardiovascular disease, and cognitive problems. Long-term exposure to low levels of arsenic can also increase the risk of these health problems over time. So how does arsenic end up in our tap water? As mentioned earlier, arsenic can be found naturally in the Earth's crust and can seep into groundwater sources. Additionally, it can be introduced into the water supply through agricultural and industrial practices that use arsenic-based chemicals. If you're concerned about arsenic in your tap water, there are several ways to remove it. One option is to install a home filtration system that is specifically designed to remove arsenic from the water. Another option is to switch to bottled water, or to have your water tested and treated by a professional water treatment company. It's also worth noting that there are certain populations who are at higher risk of arsenic exposure, including those who live in rural areas and those who rely on private wells for their drinking water. If you're in one of these groups, it's especially important to be aware of the potential sources of arsenic in your water and to take steps to reduce your exposure. In conclusion, arsenic is a toxic substance that can cause a range of health problems. By understanding the potential sources of arsenic in tap water and taking steps to remove it, you can help to protect yourself and your loved ones from this harmful substance. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Your support helps us create more informative and engaging content just like this. And who knows, you might learn something new in the process. So what are you waiting for? Like and subscribe now. Number 4. Microbes. The fourth harmful substance in tap water is microbes. Microbes, such as bacteria, viruses, and parasites, can end up in our tap water through contamination from the environment or from the water treatment process. Infection from waterborne microbes can cause a range of health problems, from mild symptoms like nausea and vomiting to more serious conditions like dysentery and cholera. These health problems can be especially dangerous for vulnerable populations, such as young children, the elderly, and people with weakened immune systems. So how do microbes end up in our tap water? One common source of waterborne microbes is animal waste. If agricultural runoff containing animal waste enters the water supply, it can bring with it a range of harmful microbes. Another source of waterborne microbes is human waste. If the water treatment process is not properly maintained, human waste can contaminate the water supply and introduce harmful microbes. Here are some ways to get rid of microbes in tap water in a short and engaging way. 1. Install a home filtration system that removes bacteria, viruses, and parasites from the water. 2. Boil your water before drinking it. This kills many harmful microbes. 3. Use bottled water for drinking and cooking. 4. Get your water tested regularly to ensure that it's free from harmful microbes. 5. Keep your water storage containers clean and covered to prevent contamination. So microbes in tap water can cause a range of health problems, from mild symptoms to serious conditions. By understanding the potential sources of waterborne microbes and taking steps to remove them, you can help to protect yourself and your loved ones from this harmful substance. Number 5. Perfluorinated chemicals, PFCs. PFCs are a family of synthetic chemicals that are used in a variety of industrial and consumer products, such as non-stick cookware, stain-resistant carpets, and firefighting foam. PFCs can end up in our tap water through contamination from industrial discharge or runoff. Once in the water supply, PFCs can persist for a long time and can be difficult to remove. Exposure to PFCs has been linked to a range of health problems, including liver damage, developmental problems in infants and children, and increased risk of certain cancers. In addition, PFCs can also harm the environment, causing harm to wildlife and contaminating soil and water. So, what can you do to protect yourself and your family from PFCs in tap water? One option is to use a home filtration system that is specifically designed to remove PFCs from the water. Another option is to reduce your exposure